We're going to go on a tour of the Indiana Mall. This is January 2018 edition. Malls all over the country are struggling with the advent of online shopping and Amazon. 1 out of 5, I think the statistic is 1 out of 4 or 1 out of 5 malls in America are going to be closed, I think, within the next 4 to 5 years. Several stores in the mall are original from when I was a kid. The mall was built in the 70s. I think it's a Zamius property, and I think it was built in the 70s. Several are still original, and I'll point those out as we walk through. This is assuming that mall security or mall management doesn't have other ideas about my filming the mall. This is the cinemas. Theater's been here since the 90s, and it's been recently renovated, which is kind of nice. I haven't been in it since, I'm not a big movie watcher, so I haven't been in it since it was renovated. But from what I've seen, what I've heard, it's actually quite nice, and they've done some improvements here to the vestibule. I saw a picture of the seating, and it's actually quite nice, comfortable looking seating. I think it's leather and cup holders and things like that. Looks like there's some active movies going on, and looks like one's about ready to begin because I see people going in. Bobby asks, is Capri leaving the mall? And I think the answer is yes. I haven't gotten confirmation of that. Of course, I could ask them as I walk past, but 2 different people have told me that the Pizza House is closed on Oakland Avenue, and Capri Pizza is probably going to move where the Pizza House is now. Once the Pizza House closes, or excuse me, once Capri moves, this entire wing of the mall is going to be vacant, except for the H&R Block. We're now entering the side of the mall where Kmart used to be. So H&R Block is tax season. That's been here for several years. I cannot recall what this place used to be in the 90s. Maybe somebody can help me out. I know other people watching may have a longer history of the mall than I. My memory goes back to about the early 90s. Photo booth has been here for quite a while. I don't know if it's from the 90s, from the aughts. This is the Indiana County Tourist Bureau, Aladdin's Castle. What was Aladdin's Castle? Was that an arcade? I thought the arcade was coming up, but maybe that's where it was. Indiana County Tourist Bureau booths. This is where Kmart used to be. For as long as I can remember, the Indiana Mall has had 4 anchor stores: Kmart, Sears, Bon-Ton, and J.C. Penney's. Kmart just closed within about 6 months ago, and Sears is in the process of closing now. This was a Subway restaurant more recently. Before that, it was a little coffee shop, and the coffee shop was here for a while. Let's see what it's the most recent tenant was Subway. This is the DPC, if you will. I know that's not PC to be calling it a DPC, but I bought that name off of somebody else. Here's Capri Pizza. This has been here since, this is what I'm going to call an original tenant. I don't know if it was original when the mall was built in the 70s or not, but when I say original, it's going to mean it's been here since the early 90s. And I believe Capri is moving imminently out of the mall to downtown. So here's a factoid here. So this is another vacant place. Most recently, a hair cutting place. Here, I'm going to ask. Here's what I'm going to ask for. Somebody's going to get it. There's an octagon. Oh yeah, that's Olivia. Hi, Olivia. There's an octagon-shaped space in the mall, and somebody's going to get it. Who knows why? Who knows what the octagon space is? DPC, if there's any kids watching, maybe I shouldn't define DPC, maybe somebody else can help Jamie out. But the question is, what is the octagon shape on the floor for? Somebody will know, I'm sure. Moving on, we have Annie's Pretzels. That's an original shop from the 90s that I can remember. Always been here. Annie Ann's has always been here. They're doing specials once in a while. If you do come down to the mall, you can get some free pretzel coupons there. Buy any variety of pretzel and get a classic pretzel free. So that would be a cheap date for somebody, or a nice trip out for the family maybe. Cake Shots has just closed. Cake Shots was it was the third location of Cake Shots that I can recall. I think it started out, it was by the Commonplace Coffee Shop, University Square for a little bit, and then this is its second mall location. It was down in the wing of the mall. This location was a little arcade, very short-lived, just a few years ago actually. But it has closed, and here's some new news. Cake Shots will be now only located at Smicksburg. I didn't realize, Scott got it, thank you Scott. Cake Shots, I didn't realize that Cake Shots is out in Smicksburg. So that's good. So maybe it's always been there, maybe it's always been in Smicksburg, I didn't know. There's Regis, I think that's always been here. What's kind of neat down this hallway is, check out the 1970s decor. Can't say for sure, but I'm almost certain this is original. I think the mall was maybe built in 1972, maybe 1974. I'm sure you can Google it to figure that out. But check out the retro. Check out the retro lockers. So these are the kind that you put a quarter in, and then I think you get your quarter back when you're done shopping. So you can, there's different sizes here. I wonder if, oh, there's mall security. I better avoid this guy. I don't know if he's going to like me taking a picture of the mall. Oh, look, there's a free coat. Just kidding, I'm not going to steal the coat, but you're supposed to get your money back. So what I was coming back here for was the decor. This is the mall office, mall security. But check out the 1970 floor. Pretty cool. So stopping on by, here's a machine where you can recycle your cell phones. At first glance, you might think, oh, well, that's nice. Actually, this is where people return stolen cell phones, generally across the country. And I cannot see, yeah, graphic specimens are quite creepy. I can't speak to Indiana, but these machines have gotten a bad rap because generally what you'll do is, you know, go through the local university, pick up the phones that are laying around, and then go to one of these machines and exchange your stolen cell phone for cash. They generally do have, now I'm not familiar with this one, generally there are some security procedures, like, you know, there's a camera there, so there's a little webcam, so you can feel a little bit more secure. But really, it says there's two-step ID check. Maybe this one's better than others, but it's easily gotten around. So here's Shinobi Express. This was a hibachi. It was here for several years. It was quite good. I really miss it. They were going to bring a larger Shinobi to town, and that never came to fruition. I heard they were going to have 2 locations. This is K Jewelers, still open. Yeah. Trash talking to Eco ATM. That's right. Anything ecological I am opposed to. Obviously, here's K Jewelers. That's an original shop, as far as I know. This is vacant. This is a. You can see the technique though that they use to make it seem less vacant, which is actually kind of well done. It's an advertising display for Diamond Drugs, but it makes this part of the wall look a little bit less dead, which is kind of cool. Was this? I can't remember what this was. I didn't frequent this shop very often, and I can't remember what that has been over the years. We have a shoe department. That's an original, and it may be an original. Kind of looks like the 70s kind of motif there. The shoe department. This is Tracy's Upscale Retail. This is the former Radio Shack location. Sure, you can go on one of those. My BMOS, that must be some clothing store. So this was Radio Shack. Up until it closed a couple years ago, my half-brother actually used to manage that Radio Shack. So I spent some time in there when he was a manager in the 90s. And Tracy's moved here from downtown. So you can see it's a nice little shop there, named after the late Tracy Howard. Yes?
I need a quarter.
You need a quarter?
I don't know.
You don't know? Okay, here. This tour may be paused. Actually, let's finish the video, okay? And let's come back. So I want to show you. This was what was this? Oh, this was the kitchen. This is vacant. This is the kitchen collection. I think it was. Kitchen collection was fairly new, and I can't recall what it was before then. When it was during the tax reassessment office procedure, I think that this was the Indiana County tax reassessment appeal location. And you can see, as many parcels are here at the mall, it is vacant. American Eagle Outfitters, very trendy. I think that's been there for quite a while. And actually, there's the kitchen collection. It may have just moved across the hall. I could have been wrong. I could have been wrong when I said that was a kitchen collection, because this may have been the kitchen collection. So this is actually one of the bright parts of the mall here. Good question, Dawn. Where are they going to go? There are a few old gentleman coffee clutches around town. I think there are competing coffee clutches in 2 different McDonald's's, but you actually have to pay money to, I think, have a drink at those locations at least. So, good question. The mall. This is one of the operating terms of the mall. And the kids like to play around here. Now, when I was a kid, how many of you remember the awesome fountain area in the middle of the mall? It's recessed down into the floor, and here's some evidence a customer is actually shopping at the mall.
I know he is.
At one of the remaining anchor stores, which is the Vaughn.
Yes.
So, Aaron, what do you have? Tell me about your Indiana Mall shopping experience today.
Today?
Yes.
I miss the arcade.
What's it called? What was it called?
I think it was called Aladdin's Castle.
Aladdin's Castle. Bobby just mentioned it.
And a WWE game that my roommate and I used to play all the time.
Sure. Was it
WWF, actually.
Right. Was it inside the Kmart entrance, or was it near where the subway is?
Where the subway used to be.
Okay, I thought it was near where the subway.
Yeah.
Bobby thought it was maybe H&R Block, but I thought it was near the subway too.
No, yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, I think you're right. And they had I played this game where it says you have to spin to win. I can still hear it today, and that's the one that I would always play.
So you're taking a trek through the mall?
Yes.
Live streaming?
Yes, before it changes anymore. So
yeah, we'll see what happens. How are you? All right.
Bye.
See you later.
It's an actual mall shopper. How about this? IBEX. So I worked at InterSearch. I used to joke that all high school and college students, anyone in Indiana, I used to say anyone in Indiana County had to work at InterSearch at least once in their life. Well, this is sort of like InterSearch in that it's a call center, except at InterSearch we were never selling anything. IBEX sells things, and somebody can help me out what they actually do. I think they do credit card sign-ups, and I don't know if it's one of the companies that actually rip elderly people off their money, or if it's something more legitimate than that. I'm not sure. Yeah, you can see IBEX. Here are some IBEX employees. Hi, IBEX employees. I could interview them, but they would probably have to go through their public relations department or something. The Bon-Ton. Bon-Ton is actually still open. So I mentioned there were 4 anchor stores. There's one has closed. Kmart's closed. Sears is in the process of closing. The Bon-Ton and J.C. Penney's remain. I'm going to be a little bit more quiet here because we were open. I see 0 customers, but it is fairly late at night. It's 7:30. I think Bon-Ton is. I get the sense that Bon-Ton is mostly a female-oriented, a woman-oriented store, but that's my sense. I haven't spent too much time in one at all. This is the wing, and I don't think anything's ever been back here. In fact, if anything was, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just walls. I don't think there were any storefronts there. There's some games there and that. So here is this is one of the bright spots of the mall. John Fordyce. I'm hoping that John Fordyce can single-handedly save the Indiana Mall because he has a couple parcels here. And this is new. This used to be a cell phone accessory store up until a few years ago, but now it's a bounce house. York Steakhouse. I don't remember that. I remember Orange Julius. I think there was a Wendy's. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Was there a Wendy's in the mall, like near the middle of the mall? I seem to recall that, unless I'm mixing up different malls. But this place is only open during the. It's hard to see, I know, because it's dark. But it is cool. Kids bounce in it. Has lots of bounce house games and such. It's very cool. They started with this parcel. John added the glow golf there. And then, this is new since I was here, but it looks like it's part of the kids section. And I hear that John is opening up a, what do you call it now? You call it a, oh, what's it called? It's like a resale shop for kids. And I think I had heard the name, so I think I don't know if it's a franchise or maybe he's making it up for himself. I don't know. But he's hopefully going to open that in the mall soon. So that's going to be 3 new things in the mall. Well, 2 recently opened and 1 on the way. Shoe department, I always shop at Payless Shoe Store. Not always, but usually. And but this place is not bad. Has a lot of shoes. Take a look at all those shoes. And they have a clearance rack way in the back. Can you see the clearance rack? That is where to, that's what I thought. Angie got it. That's exactly matches what I remember is the Wendy's near the Shoe and Verizon shop. Verizon, that's not an original. I forget. Maybe this was probably the Wendy's. I bet you any money. It looks. I believe this was the Wendy's. Right now it's a Verizon wireless store. Has been for a number of years. Gardner's, that's an original, I think. Question is, Gardner's local? Is this like one of the only Gardner's, or is this? I think it's like a Pennsylvania chain, isn't it? Or is it national? I'm not sure. So K Jewelers here, there used to be, what was beside K Jewelers? I don't recall ever, it's empty now, vacant. Oh look, they got these generic things. I walked through a almost dead mall near Pittsburgh. What's it, the one on 28, Route 28 North, that's Harley, hello, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
Say hi to everybody on the camera.
Good.
What did you get today at the Indiana Mall?
I just got.
This is Matthew, by the way. Hello. Say hello to all your fans.
Oh, hi. I just got a magazine and a couple comics.
A magazine and a couple comic books?
Yeah.
From what store?
The bookstore, Bradley's.
The bookstore, Bradley
Yeah.
Bookstore. It used to be Walden Books in the 90s.
Yeah.
So very good.
Okay.
Hey, nice running into you. Bye. So that was Matthew. I'm 99% sure that was Matthew. He goes to my church. He knows Nikolai. So here we go. This is Wingate Wineries. Wingate Wineries is out of Smicksburg. This is a fairly new store. Anytime I say fairly new, it's within the last 10 years it's opened up. So this is a nice addition to the mall. This is one of the original Spencer's. I remember when I was too young to go into Spencer's. This is it has some risque adult novelties. In fact, one of the things I remember was one of the first times I was in Spencer's. I remember there was a gag gift, and you open up the box, and it was a replica of a human feces excrement. I'm trying to be family friendly in this video, but that was my first memory of Spencer's. They have some naughty t-shirts and naughty things here. I don't know, no Bob Marley shirt here. You can often used to get tie-dye and things like that, things to equip your dorm room with. They have some they have some risque posters and whatnot. Not that I've seen them, and not that I went to peruse them frequently while I was in high school or anything like that. Anyway, moving right along, Bath and Body Works. This used to be a jewelry store. Kay's is still open across from the mall. I can't recall the name of this one, but they used to be catty corner. Cell phone accessory store. This is where I get a lot of my accessories, by the way. They're often running a buy one get 50% off sale. This was a music place, closed about 2 years ago. Most recently it was called FYE Music. I don't know what that stands for. I think it was a music place before then too. I remember you used to sample CDs, and they had little machines that you can listen to the CDs on headphones to see if you want to buy them. Bradley's Book Outlet. This is kind of cool because this has been, since the early 90s at least, a bookstore. It used to be Walden Books, and then Walden Books closed, now it's Bradley Book Outlet. So this has always been a bookstore, so that's kind of cool. National Record Mart. Was National Record Mart in Union Station Mall in the Hub? I know there used to be one in the Hub by Dugout Pizzeria that I used to go to in high school too. This is, what's the name of those stores in the airport that, Brookstone. Brookstone, nobody actually buys anything from Brookstone, but people always sit on them. So these are massage chairs. So these have been here for, I don't know, at least 15 years, I think. They look good, like they're in pretty good. Look, free USB charge with a massage. How about that? That's cool. Moving right along, Maurice's. I think that's been there for a long time. There's a Hallmark store. I think this is an original. Followed by a vacant. I don't know what this store was. Maybe somebody else does, but I can't recall what this one was. Let's see. This is a large parcel here, and Old Navy was here. Old Navy moved in probably around 2000 or so, and very large square footage there. And then it is a seasonal, they have Halloween. Whenever it's Halloween time, they become a very scary store. But now it's a volunteer distribution center. Oh, look, it looks like they're having a blood drive. But there's a,
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Would you like a balloon?
Ooh, look, we're getting a free balloon.
There you go.
We're doing a little tour of the mall.
Oh my goodness, and you get free, we have a blood drive.
And I forget what this is.
Bye, guys.
Okay, you're with a blood drive.
American Red Cross blood drive.
Okay, good.
Yep.
And then this was like a holiday distribution center. They were collecting donations.
Just tying it together, sweetheart. When was that?
Around the holidays, they were collecting donations.
It may have been.
Yep.
I'm not real sure. I'm with the Red Cross, so.
Did you have a good turnout today?
We had a lovely turnout. Thank you so much.
How many donations do you have?
I don't know. We'll have a count.
Okay, great.
But hopefully we made our goal. Our goal was 89.
89 units.
We were swamped.
Good. I heard there's a blood shortage. Is that right?
There is a blood shortage.
Yep.
So,
Somebody told me that.
So, and it's because of the weather. It's because of illness. It's because of the holiday season. So
is there usually a higher need, like right around Christmas? I didn't know that.
And summer.
And summer.
Do you donate?
No, I used to, but I probably should. You could probably talk me into it.
I'm just asking
Yeah.
you. I don't talk anybody into anything.
No. I do
want you to donate blood.
I know. Thank you. So see,
you know your blood
everybody
type?
donate blood. No, I don't. Can you
Okay.
figure that out for me?
Yeah. Once you donate blood, you'll get you can either get the app or you'll get a card. It'll have your blood type on.
I used to donate when I was in college, and I used to carry my card around and with the little thing and everything.
Well, there's the I was gonna say the blood donor app. If you have a smartphone,
Yep.
the blood donor app. If you go to your app store,
Yep.
it's Red Cross Blood Donor app.
Okay.
It's free.
Great.
All right. Hey,
Okay. Thank you very much.
Donate blood.
All right. Donate blood.
Bye, sweetheart.
Everybody donate blood. So we have Lorelli's. Lorelli's is here again. And Lorelli's has been, that's an original. Lorraine, and then here's Luxembourg. So we actually have, what, 3? Actually, no, Luxembourg's is closed. No, Luxembourg's is right around the corner. So there's 3 jewelry stores still left in the mall. Luxembourg's, Lorelli's, and Kay's. And there used to be a 4th one. Gee, that's a lot of jewelry stores. But they have an awfully high margin on jewelry, so they don't have to sell many pieces a day to stay in business. Now, when I was a kid, I would always love looking at these displays, and the displays haven't changed since, well, they've changed, but they've been consistent since I was a kid. So when I was a little kid, of course, I was probably down here. I probably had to look way up to try to see what's in these windows. What I'm looking for are these very sparkly things that they used to have. You know, whenever, I don't know what they're made of, little crystals they can make. This is it. This is exactly, so this is like a throwback right here. This is what I remember always looking in these windows and seeing when I was a teenager. Or less than a teenager, you know, when I was 8 or 9. All of these little crystal animals and things. Maybe somebody knows what those are called. There's probably a name for them or a particular famous maker of these things. But I would love, whenever my parents would take me to the mall, look, there's an R2-D2. That's pretty cool. So that's an original. Moving right along, here's the driver's license center. Has questionable hours. In fact, I tried to take my wife's great-grandma here to get her voter ID, short-lived voter ID requirement to vote, and couldn't do it. And she wasn't going to vote because it was too much of a hassle. She tried 3 times to get her ID to vote, and the information was wrong on the driver's license center website. But luckily they repealed that law, so Grandma got to vote. There's Indigo. Indigo is a customer service and waiting area. That's kind of nice. This used to be ABC Photo. I bet a lot of people remember ABC Photo. And this is where you got your film developed, and you got to see the other people's photos going down the. It was like a conveyor belt that sort of went vertically, and you got to see everybody else's photos after they were developed. So ABC Photo was now Indigo. I recently heard that there's literally no place to get film developed anymore in Indiana County. If you have an old camera that you need to get film developed, you're going to have to send it out of the county. Oh, what's this place? Beside ABC Photo, this is a vacancy, but I think it was H&R Block for a little, small amount of time, but couldn't remember what. I like these when I was a kid. This might be an original. Except this used to be near the middle of the mall. Okay, moving right along. In front, this is Pearl Vision. You can get your glasses there. Pearl Vision is owned by a huge glasses conglomerate. You might be wondering, gee, how can I go to Rite Aid or, you know, the corner market and get a $5 pair of reading glasses, but whenever you go and get a prescription, why does it cost, you know, $200 or $300? It's literally the same. What's that? Oh, I have to hurry up. Okay, let's do a run through Sears, and then you've been good, and then I'll stop the video. So anyway, there's this huge conglomerate that owns almost all of the eyeglasses places, including Pearl Vision. It's sort of like Monopoly, and they control the prices. It's sort of like diamond companies. You know, De Beers sucks up all the diamonds, so they can charge an exorbitant amount. That's what happens with the eyeglasses company, because you can buy the same thing at say CVS for $5, and then it'll be, you know, $300, $400 at the optometrist. Here are Sears, going out of business sale of Sears. This is the place to get really good deals on furniture and fixtures. All of these are $25. We got some of the stuff for the food co-op, which is a new co-op that just opened up in downtown Indiana. And this is where you can get a steal of a deal. So this unit here that they put all the product on, $25. Where else are you going to find a shelving unit for $25 like this. This is so. This is actually kind of. I mean, it's sad that Sears is closing. Big loss and everything, but a lot of people are getting really good deals. File cabinets. I got one of these recently for the food co-op for only $25. Hopefully, I didn't. That's supposed to be somebody's surprise, and somebody's gonna eat that as a surprise tomorrow. So if I didn't blow the cover. This used to be in Sears. This was the salon. So let's do a tour of the vacant salon here. This is where you can get your hair cut. I think there were 2 salons, weren't there, in the mall? One in Sears, and was there one JCPenney's? Or maybe there was only one in Sears, I'm not sure. Ooh, that's when the building called private. I can see why it's private, because I can shut off the electricity to this part of Sears here with the breaker box. Okay, let's get out of here before we get in trouble. Quick tour of Sears here, and then my daughter has been awfully patient here, so I'm gonna wrap things up after a quick walk through Sears. Coming in this way. So I really hope the Indiana Mall can reinvent itself. Retail is dying and dead. Everybody's shopping online. It's really hard to find any place to get certain things while studiously avoiding Walmart. I mean, it's kind of sad. With the, it's tough to, like, where do you go to buy toys anymore? There's no toy stores in Indiana. So appliances, 40% off. I mean, their last, I think Sears' last day, today is January 15th. Their last day open to the public is January 29th, I think. So that's 14 days. So they really need to move all of this product out. So if you're in the market for a new stove or refrigerator or a lot of things like that, everything is 40% off, 60% off. And my whole goal, we have to leave. Why do you think we have to leave?
Because we might get stuck.
Or we might get stuck in here. So my goal of coming to Sears or the mall today was to actually get some Christmas lights, which I saw here last time, but it looks like I missed the boat because there's Christmas trees, but they had 60% off white Christmas lights. Was my reason today of coming to the mall. They were right here, but they have been cleaned out. Shelving racks. We just bought a $100 shelving rack like this, but not quite as big, for the food co-op, and we had a good crew of people, including David Janicek and Shireen Hess and Jeff Rakes and John Burkhart and Scott Kramer and several other people, all helping, and we got everything torn down and moved down to the food co-op of Indiana, PA in one day. So I was impressed with that. So yes, I'm almost done with the video. I still don't see these. So you can see this is sort of like when Kmart closed. What they do is they clear out areas and swaths of the floor space here, and they sort of consolidate their merchandise as more and more goes. So we're in the last 2 weeks of wow, this is a lot more empty than the last time I was here just 2 weeks ago. This is the fitting rooms. So the thing that I miss about them all is the arcade. The Orange Julius used to be in the mall. The Wendy's. When Capri Pizza leaves, and I think it's leaving, the only place to get anything to eat at the mall is going to be Indiana's Pretzels, which is obviously your choices for lunch will be pretzel, or maybe a hot dog roll wrapped in pretzel. So that's our tour of the Indiana Mall. Like I said, this is I believe that a couple years ago, the Indiana Mall was the largest single contributor of tax revenue to Indiana Area School District, except for maybe Walmart. So not only the mall closing down, or I'm not saying the mall is closing down, but the places in the mall that are struggling, is going to hit the tax base for the Indiana Area School District, which is going to just fall on district residents to pay for. So, brief tour of the Indiana Mall. Thank you for watching. And let's all thank Olivia for her patience. Good job, Olivia. Olivia's been putting up with this video for the last 20 minutes or so. So, thank you, everybody.